frustrating was it just to have to miss the last couple weeks here?
No, it's never fun. Especially when things are not going the way that you want. That's it's always the worst. To not be able to be out there and do what you can at those times. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, we were at the end of the year and in the situation we were in, and for me personally, there was no point in risking anything. Moving into the summer.
Can you speak more to, I guess, what your injury was?
No.
Can you say, is it a
Nothing.
groin, ankle, nothing
No.
related to old
No.
injuries? Oh.
No. And it's nothing bad. As I said, if we were in a different situation, it probably wouldn't have been an issue. But being where we were, for the first time in my career, I put myself first.
Is there any consideration of going to the World Championships with, what you're dealing with, or that's out the picture then probably?
No, I haven't really made that decision yet. I've been in contact with, the coach in Sweden and the federation there, but we'll probably come to a decision here in the next week or so.
So, Erik, how do you see this past season in a summary?
It's been so-so. I think it's been mediocre at best. I don't think it's been horrible, but I don't think it's been nearly as good as we expect from ourselves. So it's been a challenging and a tough year, but hopefully it's the start of a process, and hopefully we can come back next year with a little bit of what do you call it? Can't find the word for it. Anyways, I hope that it was a building block. I think as I said, it was a tough year for everyone. It's not where we want to be. As I said, I don't think it's terrible at any means, but at the same time, we don't want to stand here right now and answer these questions.
See, one of the things I guess that had been an issue this season was the offense. And do you think going forward, barring injuries and other stuff that also played a big role, how important do you think it is to maybe add more offense into the next season?
No, we have to score more goals. That's I think no matter what team you are, you always want to score more goals. We unfortunately need to if we want to get to where we want to go, and in order to do that, we have to play better hockey, and we have to play in a way where we create more chances, because you're not going to score on them all. But if you only get 4 or 5 a game, then it's going to get tough to score 3+ goals, which in the league today, as if you looked, that's what you're going to need. Scoring is up somehow a lot, and more guys and more teams are scoring way more goals than you did in the past. So that's just the way that the game is moving.
Do you think you're going to have to bring another forward in the lineup for the next season, or?
That's not my department.
Is it important to go to a more aggressive system? Bob went to the 1-1-3 there just to try to limit goals against, but from your perspective, is it important to try to add depth so you can be more aggressive as far as trying to create chances, I guess?
I don't know. I think I've played every system that is physically possible to play in hockey, unless someone comes up with a new one. It's not all about that. I think at the end of the day, it's the guys that play the game. If we don't do a good enough job to realize what we need to do in certain situations and create that for ourselves, it doesn't matter what people tell you off the ice. It's not going to make a difference. So I think at the end of the day, the onus is going to be on the players to make it work and to figure it out, and we didn't do that this year.
I'm just curious how the direction of the team will be with the new general manager, or are you curious to see how that plays out?
Yeah, we'll see. That type of change hasn't happened here in a long time, so I don't really know how that will go over, how it will work. But usually when new people come in at positions like that, things are going to change, and quite frankly, things are going to have to change.
You mentioned that possible change with a new GM. If the new GM comes up to you and asks why Bob Boughner and his staff should be here next year, what would you say?
Yeah, that's a good question, and again, not something that I'm going to share with you guys, because I think that I've had a good relationship with the whole coaching staff all year, and what's been said between us is going to stay between us. And again, I'm not going to tell anyone anything different than I haven't told them.
Erik, what are you looking to work on during the summer, for the next season?
A lot of things, as always. I think I've said this in the past. Sometimes a longer off season can be beneficial for you. Unfortunately, we've had 3 in a row now, which is not ideal. But again, you're going to have enough time to really work on things, and you're just going to make sure that you utilize that time to the best of your ability, and that's what I'm looking forward to do. So. I got a lot of time to sort a lot of things out and work on a lot of things, and hopefully come September, October, I'll be better than ever before.
You mentioned that this season wasn't all that bad. What are some of the positives you're looking at for this season?
No, I think that there's a lot of things. I think if you look at the standings, we're not at the bottom, we're not at the top. I do think that we have the qualities in there to be a lot better than we have. Why we haven't, I don't really have the answer to that. I don't think anyone really does right now. If we did, we would have sorted that out a long time ago. But I think that we should be optimistic about the future, and I think that coming in next year, I think we know what the expectations are here, and I think that with ownership that we have, we're going to have every possibility to reach that. And then, as I said, again, it's going to be up to the guys whether we do it or not.
The team got off to a pretty quick start there. Would you say that was the best stretch of hockey that you guys have played over the last 3 years, and the first 2 months or so of the season? Yeah,
again, I think that everybody, last summer utilized, the long off season to their advantage, and we all came in ready to play. I think that showed. I think we started falling off as other teams started to figure out things that we didn't, and we got to find a way to be a little bit more consistent. Again, I think that we have enough guys that's been around long enough to make that work, and have the young guys being able to have the process that they need to do to get to where they want to go. So again, I'm expecting everybody again to be excited this off season, to come back to work next year, and be ready for the season to begin, and hopefully we can learn from this year and find some more consistency in our game.
It seems like 2 of the biggest themes of the season were that the team is much closer and tighter together than it was in the past couple of seasons, but then also there weren't enough goals.
Yeah.
And it seems like the one guy that's not here was sort of tied to both of those things. I'm just wondering now that that's over, what do you think of how the team chemistry improved, but you also don't have enough goals?
Yeah, I again, we're not playing a sport where, one guy can make it or break it for you. We're all part of everything, and I don't think that he was the source for, any really, it shouldn't really affected us the way that it did, and obviously it turned out the way that it did this year, and everybody's talking about how everything chemistry wise is better. So again, I don't think that it's full onus on just Kaner leaving and us figuring it out. I think it's on all of us. I think we made a conscious effort this year to try and be a little bit tighter and play a little bit different for each other, and that was one of our goals, and that's one of the ones that we succeeded with. Unfortunately, it didn't take us where we wanted to go, which is to be in the playoffs.